Welcome to Love in Life, a guide to a positive mindset. My aim is to show you that the key to a happier and more positive mind is to love the life you have. We will look at tips and tools you can use to improve your mindset, and the best thing is, we'll all be on this journey together. Welcome back to Love in Life, where today we are celebrating. If you follow me on socials and if you've signed up for my newsletter, then you will know that I am celebrating, this just gone weekend, I've been celebrating 2 years of this podcast, which is just so amazing. I'm so proud of that, and the time is flown by, to be honest with you. And another reason why we're celebrating today is this, as I'm recording right now on the morning of the 4th of July, my American friends and listeners will be soon waking up to celebrate their Day of Independence. So I would love to dedicate this celebratory episode to all of my American friends and listeners out there. I'm sure many of you won't be listening on the 4th of July because you'll have far more fun, important things to do. However, if you are, happy Independence Day. If you are listening after, I really hope you've had the best time celebrating with friends and family, whatever you've been doing. So 2 years of Love in Life, a guide to a positive mindset. So far, I have been listened to in 27 countries. Over 50% of my regular listeners are in North America, and this is really important to me. This is something I really envisaged for some reason. This was really important to me, was to have an American audience. And the fact that it's almost 60% of my listeners are now in North America. So hence why I want to dedicate this episode to you on your special day of celebrations. I'm well on my way to 10,000 downloads, which at the beginning was merely a dream. You know, when I first put this out there and I was barely getting anybody engaging and listening, and it just goes to show that hard work, sticking to something, eventually comes together. And I'm still going. I am still plugging away and trying to provide the best free content for you that I can. And there is so much more to come from me. So I just want to say thank you so much for whoever you are, wherever you are. Thank you so much for being a part of it and for being here with me and for growing with me, sharing this journey with me. So last week, I asked you to send me any questions you have that you want me to answer, whatever it involves, whether it's about law of attraction, whether it's about manifesting, whether it's about the chakras, crystals, anything you want to know. So I'm going to address some of those questions today. So the first question that I want to answer is, what are some daily practices or routines that can help maintain a positive mindset even during challenging times? Now, if you've listened to me from the beginning, you will know that one of the things I've always banged on about is gratitude, okay? That to me is probably the most important practice that you could possibly bring into your life, because it's an instant game changer. It instantly changes your vibration. So if you start your day off with it, and by start your day off, this can be even before you've opened your eyes and got out of bed, you can be grateful for the fact that you've woken up the fact that you've got legs to get out of bed. But that takes practice to remember to practice gratitude before you've even got out of bed. It does take practice and time to instill that as a habit. But if you make that part of your morning practice, like when you've gotten up and having your cup of tea or whatever in the morning, and sit down, and you don't even necessarily have to write this down, because I don't anymore. I literally just sit there and think of 3 things that I'm grateful for, whether that's something that's happened the day before, something in general, or something that sort of often goes unnoticed, like your health. You know, how often do we sit there and be grateful for our health when we're healthy? So if you can start your day feeling grateful, then this is going to set the day up for you. However, sometimes things get in the way. Sometimes things happen that we weren't expecting. Shit happens. And when shit happens, gratitude is, like I said, it's the quickest way to shift our vibration. So if something shit happens, think of the things that you're grateful for, even if it's not related to the shit thing that's happened. So if, I don't know, a massive electricity bill has come through and you haven't got the money for it, or it wipes out your bank account, it wipes you clean, you could be grateful for the money that you did have in your bank account. Or you could just focus on other things, other areas of your life that you have got to be grateful for. And what this does is it raises your vibration. It makes you more open-minded. It makes you reframe things. If you can get into the habit of practicing gratitude, it's an absolute game changer. So without a doubt, practicing gratitude is right up there at the top of my list as the most important practice that you can do. But there are other things you can do, other things you can incorporate into your day that help you maintain that positive mindset and help you realize the tools that are out there to help you do that. So reading, obviously, is an amazing practice. And I will say, I mean, I have personally got out of the habit of reading every day at the moment. I do have a book on the go, but I wouldn't say I am picking up a book every single morning like I used to. But there are so many amazing self-development books out there. Like, I must say, self-development books are, to me, the best kind of books that we can read if you are trying to change your mindset, because it offers so many different ways. And the fact that there are so many different self-development books out there by so many different authors means there are so many different perspectives that we can consider. And the same person can say the same thing over and over again, and it just doesn't resonate with you. But when somebody else puts it in a different tone or in a different phrase of words, or just that person's energy that you engage with more, they can say exactly the same thing with exactly the same meaning, and it means something to you. It hits right in where it's meant to. So to me, reading self-development books is such a great tool that is easily accessible, because how much is a book? Say £10 to £20. And then when you have built up an amazing collection of self-development books that you can show on your bookcase, like, I love that. I love looking at all the books I've read and thinking, oh my God, all that information has gone in. Even if I don't realise it's gone in, my subconscious has taken in the things that it's needed to. And I really love looking at my bookshelf and knowing that I've taken what I need to from all of that. And the third practice or routine or habit that I feel that you can incorporate to help you maintain a positive mindset is to be intentional with the things that you're doing. Be intentional with your day. So this might mean planning your day. And things don't always go to plan, but if you've got a plan, then that gives you the accountability, that gives you your strategy for the day, you know? And the fact that things don't always go to plan, that to me is actually a great thing, because when you have to deviate from your plan, you have to have an element of open-mindedness about you. Otherwise, things go to shit. So if you're able to have an element of open-mindedness, this helps you in so many different areas of life. It helps you think differently. It helps your mindset be more open and be more positive, because if you are more open-minded, then you can see that sometimes things don't go to plan, but look what else has come out of it. Look what barriers you've broken through. Look what challenges you've come up against and you've pushed through them. And then by being more open-minded to when things don't go to plan, it just allows you to be a bit more flexible, which again is another great attribute to have when you want to be more positive, when you want to have a more positive mindset. Because if you are more flexible, if you are more open-minded, then you are not going to feel the stress and anxiety when things go wrong as much as you would have if you were closed-minded and if you were more stressed and negative about things. I hope that makes sense. Okay, the second question I want to answer is, what idea or piece of knowledge has had the most impact on your life? So something happened, and I've brushed on this before in earlier episodes, but something happened in the summer of 2020, apart from lockdown obviously, but something happened in that lockdown that made me reassess everything. It was to do with a friendship that I considered a friendship at the time. And I felt extremely let down and betrayed. And it made me question the things that I attract. I remember saying to my sister, why do I seem to attract that kind of person, that kind of needy negativity, drama into my life, when I am not a dramatic person? I am not a negative person. I would say I'm not a needy person, but I think I am. Anyway, I remember having that conversation with my sister, and that conversation led to me looking into law of attraction. That led to me having the realization that what we put out there is what we attract. And to be honest, I've probably just answered that myself actually by saying I think there is an element of neediness to me, because that need to please people, that need to help people draws those people to me. It draws those people that need to be needed and that need to be helped. It draws them to me. So what do I expect? You know? So that was the catalyst for me looking more into the law of attraction, which then led to me looking more into developing myself and why I do the things I do, which then led me to the work that I now do. And so in hindsight, I say in hindsight, like it's obvious to me that now I look back, and I've known this for a long time now, but I have got the evidence I need that for me, everything happens for a reason. And I know not everybody believes that for their own reasons, their own circumstances, but I truly believe that things happen for a reason. Things happen to show us what we need to learn about ourselves, to show us what we need to change in our lives if we want to get the best out of life. It shows us the lessons we need to learn. And therefore, because of all the work I have done now, I can be grateful for that situation that happened. Like at the time, in the summer of 2020, when this thing happened with this friend, I can now be grateful for it. Like at the time, it was really rubbish and it totally flipped my world upside down. But now, because of the things that have come from it, because of learning about the law of attraction and manifesting, and that led to me being able to manifest the 10 grand that we didn't even know we needed. That led to us being able to purchase the house that we're now in. Like if none of that happened, I wouldn't have known about how to intentionally manifest. I wouldn't have even given it a go to try and manifest 10 grand out of thin air. If you are wondering what the hell I'm going on about, basically, I wanted to manifest 10 grand. I didn't know why, but that ended up being manifested through the offer we had on our house that was on the market, which then obviously, as I said, led to us buying this house, which just wouldn't have been an option if that didn't happen. So yeah, that is a perfect example of how when you have practice, when you practice this way of life, when you practice gratitude for long enough, you can look back and reflect on things that were seemingly shit at the time and just put a more positive stance on it because of what has come out of it. The next question: how can someone new to the law of attraction start incorporating it into their daily life? Okay, so I'll give you examples of how I started playing about with it and incorporating it into my daily life. Obviously, I've just told you the story about my first proper big manifestation. But the way I started bringing it into my life, just for little daily things, was little things like knowing the traffic lights were going to change to green by the time I got there, knowing that I wasn't going to get stuck in traffic. I remember vividly the post office story. It was the Christmas of 2020 and there was still social distancing in place and everything. And everybody was trying to get to the post office in time for their Christmas deliveries. And I had sold a load of stuff on eBay that I wanted to get posted out so as they could receive it in time for Christmas. So it was a really, really busy period for me to be going to the post office. And there was one day I wanted to get it done before I picked the kids up from school. So I went with the intention of, I actually visualized there being no queue when I got to the post office, which was unheard of at this time. And I all the way drive into the post office, I just carried on visualizing, driving around the corner, and there being no queue, there being no one there. Me being able to park in a parking spot straight away, walking straight into the post office, and that is exactly what happened. But the funniest thing is that when I then walked out of the post office, there was a massive queue going right around the corner, which was much more usual for that time. So it was like everything just cleared away so as I could have my visualization manifested. So little things like that just reaffirm that it works is an amazing way to start bringing it into your daily life and acknowledging that it works. Because the more you acknowledge it, the more you're going to believe it. And then the more you're going to be able to attract the things that you want to attract. But just quickly, please remember that when you are trying to attract something, when you are trying to manifest something, it's about just remember the feelings that you want to feel. It's about putting yourself in that future position when your manifestation has come to fruition. How will you feel? And feel that before it's happened. Because that is what puts you in the vibrational state that you need to attract it. It's all about what vibration you're in. If you don't truly believe it, then you will not attract it. And then the final question is, what are the best crystals for beginners to start with, and how should they be used? Now, my favourite go-to crystals that I think are great for anyone beginning they're like obviously the easy accessible ones. So citrine, amethyst, rose quartz and clear quartz. And the reason why there's a reason why these are so readily available. Wherever you can buy crystals, you will always find those crystals because they are so effective. So citrine, just to remind you quickly, is the crystal of positivity. And obviously that is super duper important when we want to have a positive mindset, when we want to manifest things, when we want to work with the law of attraction. Citrine works closely with the solar plexus, which is the, obviously, hopefully you should know this, but it's the energy center responsible for our self-confidence, our self-esteem. It also raises your vibration, so because of that level of positivity. So when you feel low mood and low energy, head to your citrine crystal and just carry it about in your pocket. Even if you just hold it in your hand for a couple of minutes and soak up all that positive energy. But obviously it goes without saying, as I say, hopefully I say all the time, I feel like I say it all the time, but everything you do like this, everything you do has to be with intention. So you have to, when you pick up your crystal, know that you want it to make you feel more positive. Know that you want to have more self-esteem, like think of and state what you want the outcome to be. That goes with anything, not just crystals, but any practice that you do. Amethyst is amazing because it's got such a calming energy, but it helps us work with our intuition. It helps us connect with our authentic self, which helps us find our true purpose. It helps us be us and feel comfortable in our skin. Rose quartz is, for me, well, you know how much I love rose quartz. That's like my absolute, I couldn't live without it. I sleep with it under my pillow every night, knowing that it's going to help me have a calm night's sleep and help me reconnect with myself and give myself the love and compassion that I need. It's got a really gentle, feminine energy, and it just helps you come at everything with love, which again is really important when it comes to raising your vibration. Like if you can come at something from a place of love, whatever situation you come across, then you will be in a naturally higher vibration, which will naturally lead you to attracting other things on that same vibration. So on the vibration of love. And then I said clear quartz because it's the master healer. It works with all of our chakras. It works for everything. It is amazing. So I probably don't use it as much as I should, to be honest with you, because I'm so obsessed with my rose quartz. But clear quartz helps you create a protective barrier. It helps you block any unwanted energy from coming into your area. It also helps give you clarity, so helps you make decisions. And it's also great because it can help you cleanse your other crystals as well. It can transmute energy. So if you are feeling negative, it can transform that negative energy into more positive energy, which raises your vibration. So that is all the questions I've got time for today. Thank you so much for everybody who took the time to send me a question. And I'm sorry if I couldn't answer it, but hopefully I will address your questions in other episodes to come in the future. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the results of my giveaway. So over the course of all my chakra episodes, I was running a giveaway for anybody who leaves me a written review. Whether that was on Apple Podcasts or whether that was DM'd to me or whether that was emailed to me. Thank you so much, everybody who very kindly submitted a review. Like, I love reading your reviews, so please don't necessarily wait for a giveaway. If you like listening to my podcast, if you listen every week, then please do let me know why. But anyway, the winner of the giveaway was Michelle from Wiltshire. So congratulations, Michelle. I would just love to read out this review. I've been an avid listener of Lisa's podcast since the start, and I'm pretty sure I've not missed an episode. It's formed part of my habit that midweek run is always accompanied by Lisa's soothing voice and expert knowledge of all the things I'm interested in but don't have the time to research. The podcast has impacted my mind and way of thinking, and I've used techniques and ideas into my daily life. Vision boards, gratitude journal, trying new wellness treatments, and introducing new crystals. My weeks wouldn't be the same without this podcast. Oh, that's so lush. Thank you so much. And thank you again to everyone who submitted a review. That wasn't the only beautiful review. I'm so grateful for every single one I received. But Michelle, please get in touch to arrange your session. So, 2 years. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to every single one of you who has listened for the last 2 years, even if you've only listened to one episode. Thank you for the last 2 years, and here is to the next 2 years. Thanks for listening today. Don't forget to download my chakra guide, which you can find in the show notes, and I will speak to you next week. Send in lots of love. Enjoy those 4th of July celebrations. Bye.